Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This is kind of a follow-up video. We were following this story some time ago, and I had done a video that I thought was kind of the conclusion because this case had been dismissed, but it looks like there's further follow-up. So I thought of making this video after reading a recent article in the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, Phuket Doctor's Swiss Attacker Gets Jail. Appeal Court Overturns quote-unquote beach bully acquittal. Accused believed to have left Thailand. Quoting further, the Court of Appeal has sentenced a Swiss national to 1 month in prison for assaulting a doctor in Phuket last year in a case that drew widespread attention. Quoting further, the Phuket Provincial Court initially dismissed the case on September 3rd last year, citing reasonable doubt. However, Nipit Intarasombat, a former Patalong MP and a legal representative of Dr. Tandao, appealed the decision. Quoting further, Mr. Nipit said the Court of Appeal Region 8 delivered its ruling on Friday, sentencing Fair to 1 month in prison without suspension. Under Section 391 of the Criminal Code, which covers assault that does not cause bodily harm. Quoting further, his actions constituted a serious offense, according to the court. The provincial court was scheduled to read out the appeal court's ruling on Wednesday, but I'm just going to try to redact names where possible. This person failed to appear, prompting the court to sentence him in absentia. Authorities believe he has fled the country. So that seems to be where things stand on that as of now. As I said in a prior video, we didn't want to make, draw any conclusions in prior videos until prior courts had adjudicated. There seemed to have been a dismissal in the lower court. The appeal court here in Thailand went ahead and reversed that, and it looks like there has been a sentence handed down. It looks like, again, to reiterate what's in that. And I urge those who are watching this video, if you're interested, go check out that article in the Bangkok Post, bangkokpost.com. But they went ahead and rescinded that, and they did sentence him to 1 month, and he seems to have left Thailand. Now, that said, if he did indeed leave remains to be seen. As we've discussed in other videos, look, things happen here in Thailand, but long story short, the court system is different. I mean, one thing that's rather interesting is, for example, in the United States, double jeopardy would apply in something that would be analogous, if you will, to this type of situation, where if a lower court would find someone not guilty or dismiss with prejudice, again, it depends on the procedure and the procedural posture of a case. But if a case is dismissed with prejudice, basically, a situation where a person was put in jeopardy of their life or liberty, then an appeal court could overturn the finding, and oftentimes they'll do things like that in order to, in their view, set the record, if you will, straight regarding the law. But as for the substantive effect, it might not necessarily, well, in the case, again, if it was dismissed with prejudice and then on appeal that was reversed, that person, unless there was some sort of intervening factor I can't really think of, that person would not necessarily have to serve jail time. Here in Thailand, not a similar system. It's not an apples-to-apples comparison when you're comparing the U.S. courts to the Thai courts, and the appeal court overturned the lower court, and their ruling, yes, can have substantive effect, and yes, it could result in the person actually going to prison. Again, it appears that this person avoided that by apparently not being in Thailand and apparently fled the jurisdiction. Again, hard to say if that occurred, but that's what's being reported. So that seems to be the conclusion in that matter, and it looks like that case is closed. And I guess presumably unless or until there's another appeal here in the Kingdom of Thailand.